More PS5 rumors? How big is Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Call of Duty rumors suggest Cold War theme? All that and more. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to episode 11 of the Home of Play podcast, where three best friends join forces to give you all the latest in PlayStation news and reviews. And that's because we're PlayStation fans. I'm your host, Steve, and with me I am joined by the king of platinum trophies himself, Christopher.
Hello, hello.
And lastly, we also have the 60 frames of Curtis.
Hello.
If you like this and would like to support the brand, please subscribe on your podcast service of choice. And if that service allows you to leave a review, please leave us a nice one. It'd be much appreciated. On today's episode, we have 6 topics to discuss. But first, let's begin, as always, with what we've been playing this last week. And we will start with Curtis. What have you been playing?
So I picked up Control and Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Epic Game Store because they're having a stupid good sale right now. So only been playing Control right now just because I wanted to check it out, see how it is.
So I'm interested because I haven't played Control, but it's always kind of been in the background of my mind. So, I mean, I know you're probably not super far in, but like, how you think, like, what are your feelings on it?
It's not very clear story-wise what's happening. Like, it does try to keep a lot of stuff in the dark in the beginning. And yeah, you're right. I'm not that far. They try to establish a few things pretty quickly, but it's for a story, I'm intrigued because it's not trying to give too much away, but it is still enough to hook you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm still intrigued. I still want to keep playing, sorry.
It's on my list as well, actually. I want to pick that one up. I actually heard some of the side bosses or side quests are actually even more more amazing than even the original story, like the regular story.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, apparently some of them are pretty epic. I remember seeing a video of one. I'm like, holy crap, that thing's huge.
I just thoroughly enjoy any game where you're allowed to just pick shit up with telekinesis and throw it at your enemy.
For sure.
Yeah, it looked fun. My biggest issues was it just apparently ran kind of like poopy on everything. I think PC had the best possible outcome, but I just don't have the stats to keep up with it. So my goal was basically hope for a high-res version on the PS5 and then hope that can run it.
Oh yeah, like even my system, most games I can play 1080p 60 frames. Like I don't have a god system. My video card's lacking, so I can't do 4K.
Yeah, I don't know. I do want to pick that up eventually. Like I said, I'll probably wait for PS5, but hopefully you like it, and then it just hopefully encourages me to pick it up if that becomes available. I feel like they claim most things should be backwards compatible, so even if there's not a high res, hopefully it'll just work on there natively. So I heard the ray tracing is really good on Control.
Yeah, I think it was one of the games that they kind of were pushing when the RTX cards came out. So I would imagine it would probably be a good subject to push to the next gen consoles.
If Chris picks it up this week, we'll have to ask him.
I'm tempted because you said it's $18 right now, I think,
with that
the $14 credit.
Yeah, with that coupon, it basically boils down to $18.
Tempting.
Yeah, and the 2080 Ti has ray tracing, I assume.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I'd be interested to see if you think it's worth turning on or not. Because I thought that was one of the staples currently anyway.
Even if it affects performance, how is it? Because, yeah, it's still kind of an odd game to run. So,
Chris, what about you?
Nothing new. I've just been rotating with a whole bunch. Persona, Royal, Far Cry 5, Farming Simulator, and then Yakuza. So I'm kind of just rotating with all of them, chipping away.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I'm closest to being finished is probably Persona. Just finished one of the near ending palaces. I won't say it just because I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't had the enjoyment of it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm near the end. Well, the original end.
Okay.
Not the new end.
so you're almost into the new stuff.
Yes,
How
I think
much-
from what I heard, January 1st is when the new stuff kicks in.
How many hours are you in just to almost be done the original's ending?
I think I'm at 74, 78.
Okay. Because I know some people, the quotes with that game are very misleading. Like, some people hear it and they're like, oh, I don't want to play the game, right? Because even with Royal, people are like, oh, it's 120 hours. And I was just like, okay, maybe like there is more content, but are you talking about 100%ing? Are you talking about general playthrough? Because even when I was playing the first, like Persona 5, the original, everyone's like, oh, this game, like 90-hour game. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know, it didn't scare me because as long as I enjoy something, I don't care. I beat the first one in like 60 hours, 60, like the higher 60s, but I was just, no, this isn't 80 hours, this isn't 90 hours.
Depends on your level of OCD, I guess.
I think if you wanted the platinum, I know you had to play like a time and a half. So,
Yeah.
okay, maybe you're hitting 100 hours at that point.
every couple of days you want to go talk to all the NPCs because sometimes conversations refresh with new dialogue.
And if you're
Depends how much you really want to get invested, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was interested in what Royal is going to be. So I can't wait to hear your final
I'm
number.
excited to get into the really, really new stuff.
The new palace.
Yeah, so that one's coming up. I think I'm almost right there. So.
Sweet.
Other than that, yeah, Far Cry chipped away at a little bit. Yakuza doing more mini games and side quests and stuff. And that's pretty
Yakuza
much
never has mini games. I don't know what you're talking
no,
about.
yeah, what mini games?
Yeah.
Got to go learn. You got to learn some of these actual mini games. Got to learn mahjong.
Ooh. Not like baseball and Persona. Always my dreaded
Miss.
Oh yeah.
Miss. Miss.
Just like real life.
Okay, I'm just gonna bunt it.
Yeah. Yeah, if that was an option.
No.
I've been playing just Persona as well. I didn't put a lot of time into it this week, but I don't know, it's the only thing really calling my name this week. Otherwise, I've just been being a bum and watching Vikings again. So, yeah, it's just been Persona and Vikings, which is also part of my problem because now I can't stop thinking about Valhalla and how badly I want that to come out.
It looks good from the little that we've seen of it.
I'm just in a Viking mood, and so I mean, off topic, but I just finished the anime season 1 of Vinland Saga, and that's a Viking anime, so it struck me weird. And a lot of people said it was like one of the best of 2019. So I watched it, amazing. It totally became like Game of Thrones by the end. It was kind of cool. And then
hopefully not right at full end.
yeah, not the last season. And then on top of that, started rewatching Vikings from season 1, and then now all I want is Valhalla. Like, it's honestly it's so stupid, and I admit I'm stupid, but it surpassed like Cyberpunk for me. I'm like, just give me Valhalla on the PS5. Oh my god, the quick fast loads. Oh yes.
Are you gonna be able to wait for the PS5 version? Because I think it's coming out on the PS4 slightly sooner, right?
There's nothing confirmed. All it says,
probably.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think it said November. I thought it just said holiday.
I think it said holiday.
Yeah. So usually holiday likes to refer to Black Friday, which is November, nearing the end. So that could be around, because I would think the new consoles want to be before Black Friday as well.
I would think so. Yeah.
So I'm pretty confident it's gonna. If it does come out on PS4. I think it's going to be like, because I remember when PS4 came out, certain games, as long as you kept the PS3's disc, you could put them in the PS4 and it would auto work. Like Battlefield 4 did that for me. And some of those games had longer gaps than others, but some of them were like, a few weeks. And then like, I just moved my, case into the other console and it was fine. So hopefully I don't have to wait that long, but I will wait. I know.
It'll be your launch title.
Well, it sounds like the wife is semi-greenlit the possibility of getting a 4K TV this Black Friday. So it definitely just makes me want to hold off on some of these. Like it's going to be hard, but like even Cyberpunk, I'm almost like, do I cancel my pre-order?
And it depends too if we get this free upgrade thing that we've heard rumored, where you buy the PS4 version or Xbox One version, and you'll get the free upgrade to the other one, which I don't know why they would want to do that. It's just more money for them, making people buy it twice, right?
Well, because Cyberpunk, or CD Projekt Red, said they would do that with Microsoft's system, that if you did get the Xbox One, you'll get the Series X version for free, upgraded. I assume PS4 is going to do too. They're probably just, I was talking about with Curtis earlier, I honestly kind of think maybe they don't have that much stuff to announce, so they're holding it all, so when they do announce, they'll go over all this, and it will sound great in one shot, but it also worries me that there's a lack of stuff to talk about. So, and I could be totally wrong. Maybe they're just holding it all to like near the end.
Yeah, you would want to figure that you want to get this information out so people are like, hey, I'm actually going to pre-order this console. And even the game is like, I'm gonna get it, and I know I'm gonna have it
Mhm.
on if I buy it for PS4. At least I know I'm gonna get it for
Because
PS5.
the problem for me is I typically find that bad news comes like late, and that's where I'm worried. Like, if let's talk about backwards compatibility. There's been a lot of mix mashing of how that's going to be handled. So I just keep looking. I'm like, okay, you're not talking a lot, and does that mean it's worse than we think it is? Like, are you waiting to like the last second to be like, oh yeah, like look at all this good stuff, and we got these games, and it's like none of your games work, and then we go over here, and it's just like, whoa, what? Like, and
Rewind.
and I hope I'm wrong, but like, I've already given up on the PS3 thing where I'm like, oh, maybe at the end they'll be like, yeah, your PS3 games work too, and I'm like, you know what, probably not. If like the wording they've used about how they can't even get all the PS4 games to work, I've given up. I'm like, nope, don't expect PS1, don't expect PS2.
Well, look how long it took Xbox to even get a bunch of backwards compatibility. They came out in waves.
Yeah.
So
But now
you can't look at it.
You
right
can't
at
stop
launch.
them. Like the Series X, they're claiming that you'll be able to play original Xbox games on that.
You were able to. No, you were able to do that on a 360. Not the One though.
So now they're telling you like all your Xbox games, guess what? You can play them all again. Like, so for me, not that there was a lot of Xbox games I cared about, but like KOTOR would be one. Like I'd be like, okay, I'd play that. Maybe the original Fable. It's not great, but something about it, I was always like, yeah, it's good for a quick play.
You can get all those games on PC.
I was gonna say that too.
Well, that's any Xbox game nowadays,
Yeah.
right? So, I don't know. And I don't know. Do I want? Yeah. I mean, I'm not getting a Series X, but whatever.
They still have that over PlayStation right now.
Yeah,
so that's kind of
And that's what I
worrying.
keep coming back to is like, God, you guys are taking a lot of punches to the gut,
Well, we've yet to have a proper reveal yet, and even a bunch of games, so maybe they'll mention a bunch of that.
Speaking of reveals,
information.
let us get into the news. Topic number 1, PS5 reveal imminent. We have this one from Games Radar. Take it away, Chris.
During a corporate strategy meeting this week via VGC, Sony president and CEO confirmed that games for the PS5 that deliver this new game experience are being made by both first and third-party developers, and we plan to introduce a compelling lineup of titles soon. How soon? We don't know. It's hard to ascertain the exact time frame that is implied by the use of the word soon, but rumors suggest that PlayStation is planning a digital PS5 event in early June, which will hopefully offer more clarity on key details about the upcoming console, including the PS5 price, specs, and more.
So, me and you may also be correct in our predictions last week, because you basically took all of June where I was more late May, like second half of May, first half of June.
Yeah, in my head, I was thinking we hear more about the console in June.
Yeah.
Games, I still think will be later on,
and that's what a couple articles are
Yeah.
suggesting. A lot of people, and it's more rumors than anything, it sounds like, but they're guessing August, a State of Play August, that's going to be all PS5 games. We're getting, hopefully, and again, I still don't believe, but hopefully early June, we're getting the reveal.
I bet you, in all honesty, this is all like the PlayStation Studio brand thing that they're making now. It's like they need to get all the titles and put the brand name on everything before they want to reveal it.
I still feel like there's that game of breaks playing them in Xbox because nobody wants to say a f***ing price still.
Yeah.
Especially PlayStation. Like, I give a lot of shit because I care about them the most, but Xbox seems pretty like, they're like that cool uncle right now, and they just don't give a shit about anything. And they're just like, yeah, we might come out lower, we might come out higher, and you just see PlayStation back and like, it's just like,
Say something.
yeah, just do it.
What do you mean the ball's in my court?
Yeah, exactly. Stop doing this. Because they love doing that. They always come out after Xbox's E3 and then try to undercut them, right?
They're going to be like, so the price is going to be $500, and then they'll look over at Microsoft.
400.
60, 30, 20. I don't know.
It's $20, It's like we're
Free subscription.
And like, yeah, and so I'm a little interested. I really hope this is true. I think we've waited long enough. They've been way too close-lipped about this, in my opinion. And they're behind. I think they're behind in hype. They're behind in knowledge, info, games. When you think PS5, you don't know what game to think. Like, picture playing a PS5 in your head. Godfall. That's it.
I hear PS5 and I go, ooh, New technology hard drive.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Not that I care, like it's not a game I'm concerned about, but like when you think of Xbox, at least you're like, well, I know I'm having Halo.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Halo.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's day one is their plan.
Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know off the top of my head, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so I'm just, at least they have something together already, and they've shown people actually have this box in their house, turn it on. They've shown how some of the features work. We have none of that.
Well, they've announced up to 1,000 old titles, potentially.
All the indie games you can imagine. It's like what I Am Mayo. Woo! We got it in 4K, guys. So yeah, honestly, I don't have high expectations, but if this does happen, I'd be probably one of the most hype ones. I wonder how they're going to reveal it. Like, I assume it has to be another state of play, but we just had the Ghost of Tsushima one, so I'd be interested if this is true at all, especially it was half a year since the one before.
Yeah, unless it's more of a console state of play, which I guess is similar in some ways. But
yeah, and they may not even call it state of play. Like, maybe it's just something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I find the timing off, but I just hope anything's true at this point. I also thought they might, in the back of my head, I'm like, are they just going to avoid the E3 time slot altogether? Just, not to have bad taste in people's mouths, because they weren't going to go anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But still, if you're anyone like me and you loved E3, it was your Super Bowl like it was for me.
Yeah.
You're probably kind of sad and disappointed you're not going to get all these great game reveals in, I don't know, would it be another 2 weeks it'd normally start?
I think it's second week of June.
Yeah,
or third
so
week of June.
I'm just kind of like, I think we're all bummed. Then I was wondering if they're going to stay away from that because of that, or do it just to try to get people's spirits higher. When it's all said and done, it's all for money. So I guess they don't really care about our spirits, but
you can be certain that as soon as it gets revealed, you will hear about it from us.
Number 2, Dark Souls 3 hits new record for the series. This one comes from Destructoid, and we will give it to Curtis.
From Software has announced they have sold over 27 million units to date as of this week. In a further correspondence directly from Bandai Namco itself, Dark Souls 3 is responsible for over a third of the franchise's sales. Bandai Namco states that the series has proven its deep-rooted popularity as an IP.
Woo!
Definitely.
Not bad. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all good.
I think it's my favorite as well. It's definitely the one I've put the most hours in. I get the people's arguments, like the map in 1 is cool, how it always comes back.
It all intertwines.
Yeah, but I personally hated. I'm like one of the rare ones, but I hate 2.
I never played the first one. There was less bonfires too, right? Or they were further apart?
They're further apart.
Yeah.
They were further apart, but they also didn't give you the teleport feature until way later.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of backtracking, unlocking shortcuts.
Yes, shortcuts made a big deal. I remember before you enter, what is that terrible place again?
Which one?
The one with the blow dart guys.
Oh, the Blighttown.
Yes, Blighttown. Like, it's definitely important to do one of the shortcuts first. Yeah, so it was pretty hairy. But once you get teleport, it's not too bad. But yet 3, yeah, I think overall, I think I just had a better time with it.
3 is also the one that you and I destroyed and actually finished all the DLC because I could not kill that last boss, the DLC, by myself. Dark Eater Midir.
He's not fun.
I really like the third one. I just didn't like what they did with the magic. Like, I preferred like the spell uses as opposed to like a separate flask of mana.
I agree with that. I think a lot of people who liked pyromancy and magic, the more the series went, so 2 and 3. I don't think 2 totally wrecked it, but 3, yeah, it made it less. 1, pyromancy is ridiculously strong.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just watching some people do like 15-minute runs and they'd just be OP in seconds. So I don't know.
Well, just the fact it didn't scale off anything. It was that pyromancy glove that gave it the power.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to just make yourself physically strong and give yourself that glove that makes you super fireman.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm happy. Like, I put this up because I think all 3 of us are pretty happy Dark Souls supporters / players. So I'm just glad to hear this.
Yeah, like it's a hard game to get into. So the fact that they've sold that many units, I'm happy with that.
I wonder how many people went out there and bought the game thinking, "Oh, I heard this was tough," and then they play it and it's like, "I shouldn't have bought this."
They regret it.
They regret it.
One of my ex-girlfriends bought Dark Souls. Don't know what she did with it.
It's sitting on a
Well, that
drawer.
was like me with Demon Souls. I didn't understand that kind of game at the time. I think I gave it 5 minutes and I was just lost and scared and I wanted to go home.
On the topic of Demon Souls, I tried going back not long ago. Couldn't do it.
It's kind of cringy.
It's
Yeah.
really hard to play.
Well, I think that was their first stab at that genre.
For sure.
And so I don't think even they, obviously there's going to be polish issues. That was a PS3 game, right? Early PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was PS2 or PS3, but I was pretty confident it's 3.
Like, I want to try because it's like every other Dark Souls game. The more gear you get, the better you get. But the shit you have at the start is so bad.
Well, if those rumors are true and we get a remastered Demon Souls.
Make it with the Dark Souls battle system.
Well, I was hoping even, if they could add the network play, that'd be great. Because I would love to play with the two of you guys. Screw around. I don't know. They could change a bunch of stuff, or they could just try to keep it, the same. It depends what remaster or remake means to them. Like, we learned that Square Enix, it didn't mean jack shit. So, whatever. So, if they use those rules, they could literally make it Bloodborne and just call it Demon Souls. Why not?
You guys played this game right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's enough of that. Let's go to number 3. And we are talking about just how big is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This one's from Destructoid as well, and we will give it back to Curtis.
Shortly after the reveal of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, an unlikely report started circulating that Valhalla would be smaller than Odyssey. That's not how this generally works, though. Maps get larger, content gets broader, and hours players need to invest goes up. The bloat is reaching the point of self-parody. Like clockwork, and with a little bit of misdirection, Valhalla will actually be bigger than Odyssey. A producer at Ubisoft spoke with a French YouTuber, who I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, I apologize, who confirmed Valhalla's map size is on par with Odyssey's, maybe a touch bigger.
Woo, bigger AC. I know you guys are shocked and or at odd, but what are your thoughts on that?
Is it bigger than Breath of the Wild?
Emptier.
Yeah.
Like Odyssey, it's hard to, how do they factor the map size? Is it right from one corner to the other corner? Because a lot of the content, a lot of the map usage is water.
Yeah.
So I found Origins almost bigger because you were walking more land, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had water, it was like right at the top of the map, but you didn't even have to go there other than 4 question marks. So this one sounds like it's going to have a lot of water as well, but I guess you just have to compare it once you see it, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be my same issue if we brought up Black Flag, right?
Yeah, that
How
was a
much
lot of
that-
water.
yeah, and how many little islands here and there.
Yeah.
Well, even my concern is if they're talking about having to do raids and such, is their map size going to be broken up into multiple different regions? Because if
That's
you're
true,
going
too.
from this place to, what, England or something?
They could have
Well,
like
'cause-
different instances.
I'm not the history buff here, so please forgive. But like, didn't Vikings not invade almost everywhere? Like, I thought they did Paris, they did England. I'm sure there were some other areas. I know before they went, that direction at all, they were doing some other weird areas too. So like, yeah, you're right. Could it touch on that?
And that's kind of what I'm curious. That would definitely make it bigger, but is it going to be all accessible at once? And yeah, how are they actually trying to deal with that?
Yeah, because with Odyssey, you technically think you pretty much have access to everywhere, but you'd get slaughtered if you went to. There wasn't like
you had to clear one story beat. Like it was
like the first island you'd have to clear.
no,
Till you
even
get your
more
boat.
than that. I thought there was another.
There
another
was
like
a couple, yeah.
gap, and then like and I kept thinking while I was playing the game, I'm like, how do I get my boat? Because I left it here, and there's no attachment to the water here.
You're right. There was,
and then
a
it
couple
just
spots.
magically appears. I'm like, oh, okay, Santa delivered it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Origins did the same thing, didn't it? Wasn't it locked behind quests, certain
Yeah.
areas?
Can't sink this area, and it's like a
Yeah.
static wall of. Yeah.
Or actually, I think they do that in all their games.
Yeah, now that I think about it, they did. Yeah.
So I think once you passed that area we're talking about, then it was open. But
Yes.
you're right. You'd go somewhere and just get your ass kicked. Like I remember I was nearing the end of the game, but there was I can't remember if it was like a sisterhood or some gang that you can do like a side quest with. And I got to the last quest, but it was like literally the strongest island. Like it was rated like in the level 40s or something. And I was not close to that level, but the mission itself wasn't like in the 40s. So I'm like, can I survive long enough just to get to this quest, do it, finish it up finally, get a tight nice ribbon on it, and so I finished the mission, and then yes, an animal killed me
Yeah.
in like
Oh, wow.
one hit. I'm like, oh, that bear paw to the face was a critical.
Yeah.
So
I know which island you're talking about. I'm trying to remember what the cult of the women.
I just
there was.
remember like I killed her, and then her team follows me now. I am their leader. Side topic. Still can't get over the realization that Ezio, and then all of a sudden over here, what are we going to call him, guys? Alexio. I'm like, what? You guys went way off the board for that one. Getting back though, I really hope it's big. I'm like Vikings sail. They always had the weird boats that England couldn't understand because they could go upriver, right? They're used to their giant ass sized ones. So, that was usually how they'd screw them over all the time, is they didn't think their whole fleet would come from a different side. So I'm wondering, like, is water, but Vikings are so limited. Like, what are you going to do? Boat battles with like spears and arrows again?
Yeah, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would hope not.
Lore wise, I don't think they would.
Well, yeah, they don't have cannons and such. So.
No.
My big thing is, yeah, the map might be big, but use it efficiently. Like, don't have like the same copy paste fort in 1,700 different locations where it feels like I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Like Odyssey, I didn't feel bored at any
The
time,
big
but there was
forts are all
repeating.
slightly different.
Yes, the big forts. The
Yeah.
small ones were like six guys. There's going to be a chest on there.
Yeah.
There's going to be a chest over there. So it's a little copy.
I mean,
paste.
that's almost the Ubisoft slogan, right?
That's true.
So I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's always a thing. You're right. Like, they're blowing it for the sake of blowing it. That was me and you arguing about Final Fantasy VII. I thought they just bloated to bloat it. Ubisoft does it too. Like, look how big it is. You're doing the same fort, like you said, millions of times. I don't know. Beyond that, I still enjoy them though. Like, I think Origins, I put a decent amount of time. Odyssey, I put like 80 hours, like we talked about. Beat the main story. I know there's one other thing I could have cleared, but mainly I pretty much got like, I closed the lid. I didn't do the DLCs. I'm not a big DLC guy. Like, once your main like story you want to tell me is done, I usually walk away.
And the DLCs were long too.
That's what I heard.
Like, I am trying to remember what my hour count was at the end of it, but I was like, I got to the point where it's like, I want this to be done.
Yeah.
And I was getting to the point like I was reading the conversations and skipping it before they'd finish the sentences because it was like, okay, I just want this to be finished.
Like me at the end of Persona 5. Oh, not like everything. It'd be the text, because like you always like
There's so many
Persona,
texts.
Well, but by the end, it's always them just talking about like, oh, we're going to clear that palace. We're going to clear that palace. Or no, sorry, it'd be after you beat it, and then them talking about like, is he going to like admit to everything?
Oh yeah.
So I know what it is. Just click, right?
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Beyond that, like, I don't know if there is anything I'm worried about size wise. I'll play it again as long as it's good. They implement some fun stuff. I'm fine. I'll play it for another 80 hours.
Surprise co-op maybe.
And like, you were later to the Odyssey game
Yes,
than me,
I was.
but for me, I've been waiting for another Assassin's Creed. By the time this comes out, for 2 years. So
Yeah.
I'm more. Maybe that's why I'm a little extra hype. Like I said before, I am in the Viking mood. So give it to me, Daddy.
I'm always hyped for anything that I know is confirmed for the next gen console.
Yeah.
And we know this is, I'm pretty sure, right? This one's confirmed for PS5.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
They said Series.
I'm going to
X,
be
so-
hyped for anything that comes out on that thing,
Yeah.
except
So-
for that Mayo game.
That's enough of that. Topic number 4. First look at limited edition PS4 Pro for The Last of Us 2. New pictures released earlier this week, giving us our first look at the new limited edition of The Last of Us 2 PS4 Pro. The unit is black as per usual, but with markings of the very same tattoo you can see on Ellie in the game. The same design can be seen on the controller that also comes with the unit. Have you guys looked at this?
I did look at it.
There you go. It's right there.
Yeah, but it's PS4.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna.
It's for the people
It's-
that are going to be diehard Last of Us.
It's gonna bring in the last second console sales for PS4 to push it above PS2.
Clear
Not gonna
out
happen.
their stock.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
It looks nice.
It-
I might get the controller if I can get it separately.
I don't know if you will, but from what I understand, this is different than like some of the other PS4 Pros where, it's a sticker, right? This is apparently etched like
It's-
that.
It
Yeah,
actually is like embossed in there. You could see it.
That's
Which-
cool.
It kind of sucks that the last iteration of a bundle, or possibly the last iteration,
When they,
now they bring this. You know, it would
they
have been
changed the formula now.
Yeah, like it would have been cool to have this for Spider-Man or something else.
I'm wondering if maybe one of you, whoever said it, where they're trying to clear out the stock because it is just a black console with etching.
Yeah.
Is it just something like, you know what? Let's just do the tattoos. It's not hard to do that.
Who's got that laser?
I wonder if that's actually what it is. That would be funny.
It's too bad because looking at it, it's like it's pretty nice.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
I wouldn't see it.
Yeah, see, I don't play with my system standing up either.
With a black
so-
console, it's hard to see depending where you have it. So that's kind of my bias there.
And that's why I'm with Chris. Like, I'd rather just give me the controller.
Yeah.
Although the controller does it actually have The Last of Us on the touchpad?
Yeah.
I don't think I like that.
I've heard a lot of complaints about that, but yes,
like I
it
like
does.
the leaf around the handle. That's cool.
I don't mind it on the touchpad because I'm not looking at my
That's
touchpad.
true.
Not to mention I wouldn't see that either because my hand's covering it.
Looks nice. I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe you'll get people who are Last of Us fans to get out and buy this
Oh.
thing.
There you go. In the article that I'm looking at here, you can pick up the controller by itself.
There you
I
go.
think
You
I'm
heard
gonna
it here first.
pre-order the controller. I
I'm pre-ordering controllers apparently.
think so.
But
I-
then again, I'm still stuck with like, do I care? This controller I'm going to use for 4 months until I get a PS5 DualSense.
I wonder if the PS4 controllers will work on the PS5.
It's a possibility. Like
I
I
would
know.
assume it's Bluetooth. I would assume it
Yeah.
is, right?
I assume they've been that way since 3.
Then it would be worth it, I guess. I go through a lot of PlayStation controllers now that I think back.
I guess.
Breaking them in rage.
I don't physically break them. It's just the whole thing where your character is like drifting to the right.
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
I
I
just-
actually did the warranty on one of it too. I would highly recommend if you know the controllers within 1 year. You don't even have to know. You can look it up, I think, online. I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but it's
'Cause my only thought is like the DualSense problem, right? Like there's the haptic feedback, everything they're pushing
Oh,
for
for sure.
PS5. Like, are you going to want to bring this over?
no.
And that's where I'm kind of like, it looks great. I would want it if we had another year, but we have like 6 months.
Maybe I could do the GameStop trade-in deal where you trade in 2 broken controllers to get a deal on this one.
I feel like this is more just suited to the people. Like, have you seen people who have a wall of controllers?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
seems like something that's more suited to
Oh,
them.
yeah,
Like,
you'll
the
always have
console,
the
not so
collectors.
much.
Yeah.
But at least the controller,
There's not a picture of it from the other side, is there?
I'm gonna say no. But yeah, that the logo is on the touchpad there.
Okay.
Just so if people didn't get it, it's Last of Us 2.
Not the first one?
Looks like there is a little bit something on the front there. Just
Yeah, it looks like
small.
a barcode or something. Or
No,
is that
it's
just
just
say
Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just to
I
make
mean,
sure you know what it is.
it's cool. I don't think I've ever had. Oh, I think I had one of the Xbox 360 Call of Duty Modern Warfare, one of them skins,
Okay.
which was kind of
I
it's
had-
nice.
The face plates on
Oh,
the original consoles.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never had a. I always just get the first one. I pre-order it, and then I go with that as long as I can. The only difference was the PS4 because I eventually was like,
got the Pro
yeah, I got the Pro because the other one sounded like it was about to take off.
jet engine.
Yeah, and there was that great deal. I think it was a Black Friday as well. Like they basically almost honestly gave me the Pro for free.
Hmm.
I think I paid $100 tops. So I was just like, yeah, why would I not do this? So I got the Pro, but same thing. The Pro was one of the first models. There's nothing special on it. I didn't even get a bundle, though they gave me Horizon for free. I think a code or something. So it's not for me. But if you're interested in that, you like special limited edition anythings, it's probably one of the prettier ones I've seen. I mean, as long as you don't mind the branding on it everywhere, just telling you what game you're apparently playing.
I wonder if it works with other games.
Can you imagine you put Spider-Man and shoots it right out? You're like,
Insert proper game.
nerd.
yeah, it's like, way to be a nerd. Who wants to talk about DLC? Topic number 5, Nioh 2 DLC plans are out. This one comes from Game Informer. Take it away, Curdy.
Nioh 2 developer Team Ninja has detailed its DLC plans for the game, starting with The Tengu's Disciple on July 30th. The DLC, which is planned to roll out over the next several months, will add new bosses, weapons, yokai, storylines, guardian spirits, endgame content for the campaign, and more. The price of the DLC, unfortunately, has not been announced.
Good news for Nioh fans. Unfortunately, I've never played Nioh.
I haven't played it either. Wasn't one of them free?
I think the first one was not too long ago.
Yeah, I think it was a PS
Oh,
Plus
maybe.
free one.
Yeah, I think they might. Oh, I could be wrong, but I thought they might have timed it, like, to promote, because the demo for the second one, or maybe it was a beta, was released on PS4. Obviously, I know some people got to play it a little earlier, got a taste of it, and I don't know if that was when they did that.
What do they mean by roll out in the next several months?
So
like
there's
in
gonna
a
be
few months it's going to come out, or it's going to
There's
come out in
more
stages?
Yeah,
There's
there's
gotta be
multiple
more than
DLCs.
one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's an interesting game, like, especially if you're interested in playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Is it like a Ninja Gaiden type of game, or
A little bit, yeah.
same company?
It's-
Team Ninja.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's like a better Sekiro in my opinion.
but
But-
you've never played it.
No, but just from what I can see, like, I wish I didn't play Sekiro either, but
It's definitely, in my opinion, I enjoyed playing Nioh more. Like, I haven't beat it.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played number 2, so I don't know what's changed. But it was more enjoyable than Sekiro. And that's all I'm going to say about
Was that because of gameplay or difficulty, or
it. Yeah, kind of both. Like,
Yeah.
the difficulty, you don't have to worry about the blocking so much. You could just worry about, I'm just going to backstep. It doesn't feel the same. Like, how a Souls game feels, like the dodging and everything. It has that kind of, I don't want to say clunkiness, but that doesn't exist in Nioh. It's a little bit more fluid.
Mhm.
But even the weapon switching, it's on the fly. You do have, sorry, the weapon switching is not on the fly. Let's not say that. Your stance change is on the fly. You still have to go into the menus to change weapons, but it adds so much more dynamic to the fighting because all the different stances can change your attacks. So it's not like Sekiro where you're just parry, get hit, die. Okay.
that sounds a lot like what I played. Yeah, it was more like failed parry, dead, and then okay, let's do it. I remember fighting a mini boss like 17 times in a row. It just broke me, and I'm like, because that's the thing. Like, I know I'm not the best, but like I usually fairly okay. Like, this guy's seen me play Dark Souls 3, and I can't remember the old dude flying through the thing, but he never hit me once. So I'm like,
Slave Master Gale.
yeah. So I'm not amazing. I'm not the best, but like he never hit me once. So I'm doing something kind of okay. Then I go to Sekiro, and it's like, dead. And I'm just like, stop hitting me. I'm like, I just want to go home again.
I know. If I can get the game cheap enough, I'll check it out. Just because, it was fun. It was fun to look at.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're a fan of the series. I mean, enjoy. I think 2 was reviewed just as well as the first. So
let us know.
yeah, let us know. Moving on, we got the big one here. New rumors. Topic number 6. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, rumored. And this one comes from Games Radar. Christopher.
Rumored is the key word there. Call of Duty 2020 is apparently called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, at least according to a new rumor from a reputable Call of Duty leaker online. This corroborates with previous leaks about the upcoming entry in Activision's megalithic shooter franchise, which is said to be under development at Black Ops developer Treyarch after Sledgehammer was originally assigned to the project, but fell under significant production issues. I wonder if that's related to the COVID. What we don't yet know is whether the new Call of Duty game is expected to release on next-gen consoles, the PS5 and Xbox Series X, which are scheduled to launch in the holiday season later this year. Indeed, Activision and Treyarch are remaining characteristically hush-hush right now, but May is generally the time we'd expect to see a reveal for the next Call of Duty game in the annual series, so it shouldn't be too long until the first trailer surfaces online.
You gonna get it?
Probably. My cousin plays them quite a bit, and I did play the last one, which I guess was not Treyarch, but it would have been the Modern Warfare remastered or whatever the new one was.
Yeah.
I played that one. I actually enjoyed the story, and then I kind of actually just resold the game right after I finished it, because I only had one buddy that actually was going to play with me and my cousin, and then apparently the duos mode is really epic in the new ones, so he's been bugging me to rebuy it back.
But what's your take on like the Black Ops ones?
The Black Ops ones, I'll be honest, the Modern Warfare series is probably one that I've played and enjoyed more.
But I tend to hear
The Black Ops, there was a couple of them that were kind of way out there. I remember there was one that was almost, there was in between, I think it was Black Ops 2, had missions that were almost RTS style, where you'd plant like guys and turrets and stuff. I hated that one. I did not like it. And I don't tend to judge them too harshly on the multiplayer, because back in the day I didn't have the internet that I could play multiplayer, so a lot of the older ones I just didn't. Nowadays I'll play the newer ones and I enjoy it. So I'm not too sure what they mean by Black Ops Cold War, so I guess it's going to be a new Cold War story, I guess.
I'd imagine, because Black Ops rarely touches on anything factual.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to be the next Cold War, I guess.
Could be.
So I don't know. I'll be excited. I want a good Battle Royale mode, hopefully, and
new
all
zombies
that
mode
fun
or something.
yeah, the Treyarch's the one that usually does the
I don't-
zombies mode.
I wouldn't wait for a battle royale. I think they're still in Warzone, and honestly, they'll probably just bring assets from this new one to
No,
Warzone.
the previous Black Ops, I think it was 4.
Blackout had it.
Yeah,
it had Blackout mode, which actually I liked way
But
more than the Warzone.
that was because they had no single player mode.
That's true too. Yeah, you are right. I
Yeah.
forgot that one.
And
Didn't
honestly,
have
I
that.
just don't think they want to give out Warfare. You know, they're doing seasonal stuff. They want you to buy their passes. It's a moneymaker.
I wonder how it would work a Call of Duty on the new next gen consoles.
They'll
You still
push
gonna have
it-
loading screens for 8 hours?
Well, yeah, maybe. I would just say they're probably going to push it, like, you know, Fortnite's already confirmed it's going to PS5. Like, no brainer. I'm sure Apex Legends will. Like, a lot of these things are just going to get neat up-reses. Nothing major, though.
Pretty much a port.
Yeah. So that's what I expect. And same thing here. I don't think you're going to get a Battle Royale. But if it's a Black Ops, almost guaranteed zombie mode.
Well, hopefully we get a reveal soon then, so you can actually have these questions answered.
They're probably just saving it for these consoles to
Yeah.
freaking talk, right?
Yeah, one of them will shout out
Yeah.
first.
And might be PlayStation. They currently seem to have that deal with them, right? They're getting all the expansion packs early, all the DLCs.
True.
So it doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were Xbox before that, so or like the 360, I should specify. So yeah, it doesn't mean much. They could hot potato again. Well, even like we were talking about Valhalla a second ago. Seems like they're going with Xbox. Every
Mhm.
time any trailer comes, you get that first. So interesting pick considering how poor their last console did. But
I guess it must be either Sony or Microsoft, the one that goes to them, or do you think it's the publishers going to the game console manufacturers? I wonder which way it goes. And
I'm interested in that myself. I feel like it could be a money thing.
probably.
Microsoft loves dumping money. Like, as much as you shit on Epic for doing it, that's what Microsoft does to everything.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, that's how, because, I mean, who would side with them if it wasn't for the money, right? Like, how much did even Insomniac bitch and complain about Sunset Overdrive, right? Like, how poorly that did. And I'm like, oh, really? You went to the console that was a third of the sales and you didn't expect that the sales wouldn't be great? So, yeah, look forward to that. I would guess we're talking, like, holiday again. They
Yeah.
always love coming out holiday.
I'll probably pick it up. Even without a story mode, they're always fun to play for a little while until you get bored, I guess.
Yeah, well, until you just move on to something else.
Noob,
you know, like,
noob tube too many times, and it's
Ah.
like, okay, screw this game.
yeah, flying discus of death. Like, that was Black Ops 2, I think, burnt me with that. You know, you could plant the bouncing Betty. Okay, great, that's fine. Oh, by the way, if you're running and you hit the plant button, you'll just throw a frisbee of death and it will auto kill everything. And I'm like, yeah, this must be a Call of Duty.
Probably that one, because that's the one I didn't like.
Oh, that drove me nuts. But enough of that and spawn camping and quick scoping bullshit. We're done with the news, so we're going to your homework. Your homework this week is The Last of Us 2 Part 2. It's an inside gameplay video. It's from IGN. Watch that if you're interested.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free. On top of that, Destroy All Humans official welcome trailer hits IGN as well. If you're looking forward to that, I had some experience with it when it first came out. I think I was playing that on the PS2. It was a fun game.
It was
I don't
goofy.
think I'd pick it up, but you know, if a deal came on it, which I'm sure it will eventually,
Solid $15.
yeah, I might
Yeah.
pick it up again. So yeah, if you're interested in that game, there, you know, another TH Nordic game, THQ. Iron Man VR bundle. This one's new, set to release at $349. Coming out July. You'll get your camera, the game, the VR headset, and I believe the Move controls. Seems really expensive to me, but maybe I just don't understand the VR bundles anymore.
Also, on the topic of Iron Man VR, because we forgot to put it down here, there is a demo out now for Iron Man VR as well, so you can check that out.
There is? Just PC or I guess just PlayStation?
This is an exclusive.
Is it exclusive? I could actually try that.
It'll probably come out to PC later, but yeah, it's apparently people like it. Like if you have any interest in it, like you apparently fly like Iron Man. Like,
Do you have to use Move controller?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there is a demo.
I might cue that sucker up.
Cool. So get that demo, boys. If you like fighting games, Mortal Kombat 11's new official launch trailer for their Aftermath DLC is out on IGN or YouTube. Go look that up if you're interested. And your last bit of homework is THQ and Deep Silver have 69 plus and unannounced titles in the works currently. That one's from Games Radar.
With over 100 projects.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that 100 projects means not games, but
I think
other stuff.
some of them are already announced. Like, shoot, what was one of them? Destroy
okay.
All Humans.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Like SpongeBob, I think, is them as well.
Okay.
So they have some already announced.
Announced.
Yes. And then these are 69 that are unannounced and convenient number. And yeah, it's interesting. They're bringing a lot of things that kind of interest me, but a lot of them where I'm like, well, not day one.
That almost feels like the trend we're hitting now. Remakes, remasters, bring back the old archived games.
But I don't mind because, like, in this day and age, we've kind of lost that AA category. It's AAA or it's indie.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that they're almost, with remakes and other stuff, they're kind of almost bringing back the AA. I would say if they do anything original, like, that Darksiders Diablo style game, that I think it was Genesis is what they called that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a AA game. So it's like good, as long as it's not like going to cost me like the whole $60, the full game price. You come out a little cheaper, like, Tony Hawk's we talked about last week, you come out at like the $40 or whatever. Fantastic.
I've mentioned the Tony Hawk to a couple people and they're like, "Oh, is it Underground?" I'm like, "No, it's 1 and 2."
Yeah,
everybody wants Underground. It's got to be coming.
I want Underground too. Another one here too is a little bit of last second homework. Sorry, Mafia. I just found out I might be the last one because I'm not that into Mafia, but you can buy the definitive edition of 2 and 3 right now with the promise of the first one. And the first one will come out August, and it's a full remake.
Oh,
so apparently it looks
in the
good.
price.
Yes,
I saw it was on the Epic Store when we were looking.
From
at it.
what I heard, it's either a bundle or it's just always included. But yeah, you get it in August when it releases, and people are saying it looks great. Like the first,
they were good games.
I never played them, but like if they're fully remaking the first one, I would pick it up.
They were like Grand Theft Autos, but it's more serious.
Yeah, which I'm down for.
Yeah.
I like a serious one. Like, it's what I liked about Sleeping Dogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that game.
I don't think I played that one.
Oh, so good. At the time, I tried to go back later. I'm like, oh, the combat's pretty linear, but it was still cool to have like a GTA where you do dragon kick.
Kind of like the Kane and Lynch games.
Okay, that's it for your homework, and also that is it for the show. So until next week, all your NPC crew are signing off.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. And we are going to start with the actual rumor for PS5, and I titled this one PS5 Reveal Imminent.
Imminent.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So, yeah, so how do I even restart?
That's staying. That's staying. That's staying. Because it's gonna be hard because you've already got this. Because you
just went into it.
Yeah.
No, I think I can cut it where I said speaking of reveals, and then I go straight to like
it won't be as good.
It won't be.
Imminent.
It's like
Imminent.
Yeah. Okay. Imminent. Am I still saying it wrong?
Imminent.
Imminent. Am I saying it wrong still?
No, I don't think so.
Imminent.
Imminent.
That's good.
Okay. It just sounds like
Tsushima.
foreign. Sounds alien out of my mouth.
Ma.
Sushi.
Imminent.
Ma?
I'm in it.